tonight I have a bone-chilling story about a creature born from tragedy and myth, in the shadows of Richmond, Virginia. So dim the lights, settle in and prepare yourself for the Richmond Vampire. October 2nd, 1925. The city of Richmond was rocked by a devastating accident. Deep beneath Church Hill, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway was conducting maintenance on the long-abandoned Church Hill Tunnel, a tunnel plagued by instability and a troubled past. At 3:07 p.m, as workers laboured inside, a massive collapse occurred. Tons of clay and brick caved in, trapping several men underground. 4 were confirmed dead, but it's widely believed that as many as a dozen more may have been buried alive, never recovered. The Church Hill Tunnel was initially constructed in the 1870s to extend the C&O railway. From the beginning, it was plagued by engineering problems and fatal accidents. Several workers reportedly died during its initial construction, and newspaper records from the time refer to it as dangerous and unstable. After falling out of use for decades, efforts in the 1920s aimed to reopen it, but the October collapse marked the end of those plans and the beginning of a legend. According to local law, witnesses at the tunnel entrance that day claimed to see something crawl out of the wreckage, a creature with torn skin, blood on its face, and sharp, glowing teeth. The figure was said to move unnaturally fast, fleeing toward nearby Hollywood Cemetery, where it vanished into the mausoleum of W. Poole. Now, let's separate fact from folklore. The name Benjamin F. Mosby appears in contemporary newspaper articles. He was a fireman for the C&O Railway, and one of the men injured in the collapse. According to reports, Mosby suffered severe burns and trauma. Witnesses described him as staggering from the tunnel, skin hanging from his body, injuries consistent with being scalded by a ruptured steam boiler. He later died at Grace Hospital in Richmond. It's believed that this very real, tragic image, a burned man emerging from the tunnel, may have sparked the legend of the Richmond Vampire. As for W. Poole, he was a Richmond resident who died in 1922, 3 years before the tunnel collapse. He was an accountant, not a railway worker or a cult figure. However, the Gothic appearance of his stone mausoleum in Hollywood Cemetery, combined with rumours that Poole was buried above ground, against Christian burial norms, fueled speculation. Over time, this fueled whispers that he might have been a vampire, and that the creature that emerged from the tunnel returned to his tomb. There is no historical evidence linking Poole to any strange disappearances or supernatural beliefs. Since 1925, the Church Hill Tunnel has remained sealed. The area above it occasionally experiences ground subsidence, suggesting large voids remain beneath. In 2014, ground-penetrating radar revealed open pockets in the earth, possibly remnants of the collapse or uncharted passages. Some theorists speculate these are connected to old crypts or drainage tunnels, but there's no evidence of a vast underground vampire lair. The myth of the Richmond Vampire, however, has endured. Urban explorers, paranormal investigators, and curious locals have reported sightings, usually near Hollywood Cemetery, at dusk. Stories describe a pale, humanoid figure with glowing eyes and sharp teeth. And yes, some of these stories include modern accounts of strange sounds from the sealed tunnel, clanging metal, disembodied voices, and even screams that echo beneath the city streets. Like many urban legends, the Richmond Vampire blends historical tragedy with human imagination, a real disaster, a real man, a Gothic mausoleum, and a city that still whispers of what might dwell just below the surface. Whether it was Benjamin Mosby, seen staggering from the tunnel, or something else entirely, remains a mystery. But one thing is certain, Richmond's Church Hill Tunnel has never been forgotten. Is the Richmond Vampire simply a ghost story born of a terrible accident, or could there be something older, buried beneath the city, waiting to rise again? Thank you for joining me for this terrifying tale. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the most enduring legends are rooted in real events and real people. Until next time, dear listeners, stay safe and keep your lights on. And if that tale gave you chills, don't forget to feed the spirits. Hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss a haunting, and share this story with your bravest friends, the ones who don't mind a ghost or two, whispering their name at night. Your support helps keep the veil thin and the stories flowing. Until next time, stay spooky, stay curious, and whatever you do,
Don't look behind you.